newspapers just as a truck driver was filling his tanker with gasoline. The explosion also threatened some rail cars filled with ethanol. But firefighters managed to get plenty of water on the rail cars to keep them from exploding.
You know, it's very courageous when you have volunteer firefighters and stuff like that that are willing to go down and do these sort of things. We did make entry, myself and the Sioux City Hazmat team, at 3 different points down into that scene to evaluate what we had going on. And you just don't understand the reality of it until you get down there and see the devastation that occurred. But it could have been much, much worse.
The truck driver who was injured in the fire is being treated for burns at a Lincoln, Nebraska hospital. The explosion is just a reminder of just how dangerous handling gasoline and ethanol can be. News Channel 8's Michelle Parker is live outside the BP depot in Clive. So, Michelle, what are ethanol industry people saying about this?
Well, they say that dealing with any kind of fuel can be risky, and it just shows that this kind of thing can happen. Flames and thick black smoke create a frightening picture in this tanker truck fire in Sioux Center.
Anytime something like this happens, it's a wake-up call to the industry. The local responders did a great job and really isolated the incident, kept some water on the tank cars.
The driver had been loading natural gasoline from a rail car into his tanker. It's blended into ethanol, so it can't be used as a beverage. Monty Shaw from the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association says the driver is experienced in doing this kind of work and has received special hazardous materials training, so the key thing is to find out how this happens.
The actual movement of fuel through a hose creates friction. And where there's friction, there's a buildup of static electricity. And so you have different grounds that you hook up to the truck and to the train and different things which is supposed to dissipate that. So they're going to have to look and see, was that all done?
Shaw says the #1 priority at ethanol plants is safety.
And so there's lots and lots of training, and there's lots of procedures and equipment in place to prevent this very thing from happening.
Iowa emergency management agencies have been working together on training for dealing with the risks of hazardous materials, including ethanol.
We live in a world where we depend on hazardous materials, and we just want to make sure that our personnel have the training and awareness, the latest information on all of these hazards so that we can deal with it safely.
Now, it just so happens that there is a training session scheduled for tonight in Ames that will focus on dealing with ethanol emergencies. It got started at 6 o'clock at the Iowa Fire Service Training Bureau in Ames. And Monty Shaw from the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association says it may turn out that even with all the precautions taken, this was simply a terrible accident. But that, of course, remains to be seen.
Michelle Parker, thank you.